Om Shanti. Om Shanti.
So all my brothers and sisters say with a lot of love, Om Shanti. And everyone didn't say it, so say it again, loudly. Good.
Thank you.
So now I had the thought, just as we say Om Shanti 3 times, there are many times there are 3 words that Baba sort of reminds us about. So what 3 words? What do you think they are?
Om Shanti ka 3 wari ka to.
You know about Om Shanti, the three meaning, who am I, who do I belong to, and what do I have to do? When I say I, it's like it's my Baba. And so it's like Baba is watching me to see how I'm speaking. He's observing me. When I'm in soul conscious stage, then there's that beautiful feeling that it is I. And it is very subtle. To check yourself. When I say I, then it is really, the meaning is my Baba. And when you say I, you feel from your heart, I'm really saying my Baba. For God, for Ishwar, our fortune really is in His hands, in God's hands. And so for God also, we say from our hearts, my Baba. It's later through the words, but first it comes from the heart. The feeling comes from the heart, and then it's said through the words. And it's like my heart is with the comforter of the hearts. And so our memorial is the Dilwala temple. And so it's the Dilaram, the comforter of the hearts, which creates this beautiful feeling. And so in my heart, there shouldn't be any feeling of disheartenment. Who feels disheartened? Those who think in a wasteful way. Even slight feeling of waste which comes, then it's like the happiness is gone. But this confluence age, there's a lot of praise for the confluence age. It's only a very short time, this period. And I understand and feel within the 5,000 years, this 100 years, this final birth. So I feel this 5,000 years within that 100 years, this period, it's very valuable. So if you look at the whole cycle, emerge the whole cycle in front of you,
वहाँ
we need to accumulate for the future,
कोई हम मेहनत नहीं
there
करेंगे,
we
कमाई नहीं
don't there
करेंगे।
we don't need to do anything. There we don't need to have an income. We don't need to create anything there. It's
अभी
only
कमाई
here.
करने का समय है।
Here is the time to accumulate. This is the time now.
सदा खुश,
And so always remain
सदा
happy.
शब्द भी
When we say
valuable
always, the word always is very, very valuable.
सदा।
Always.
ऐसे हाथ में
And so within our hands, there's patience, there's peace, there's love.
ऐसा सिर्फ हाथ
In this one hand, you keep your hand on your heart and put your hand on other people's head as well. So Ben, that's correct, isn't it? Keep my hand on my heart and on others' head.
सदा के लिए
Always keep that, because this is that time now.
सत्युग में होगा क्या बड़ी बात है।
In the golden age, it's not a big deal. What we
कमाई
do
का
there,
टाइम नहीं है।
we're not accumulating, creating an income in the golden
कमाई
age.
का टाइम ये है।
The time for creating an income is right now. This is that time.
और जो पढ़ाई होती है ना,
And any other study,
पढ़ाई के बाद कमाई
without,
करते हैं।
after the study, you then think of your income.
हमारी पढ़ाई में
But
कमाई
here,
है।
within our study, there is
जितने
the
पढ़ाई में
income.
समय दे
So
रहे हैं ना,
the time that we are actually studying,
कान
this is
को
the
ऐसे
time.
करो।
Do you nod your head? Do you agree? The time for studying is really
पढ़ाई
this time
पढ़ने
for
में ही
creating an
कमाई है।
income. This is that time now. Two things happening at the same time.
पढ़ाई क्या है?
So what is study?
क्या पढ़ाई है?
So what are we studying?
बहुत बड़ी नहीं है।
It's not a big study really.
Short में,
It's very short.
मैं हूँ आत्मा,
Who
मेरा
am I?
है
I'm a soul. And who do I belong to? The Supreme Soul.
फिर क्या करने का
And
है?
then what do I need to do?
Past is past.
Past really is the past.
जो भी कोई हमारे से भूले हो गई,
Whatever mistakes happened,
past is past
the
करने
past
का
is past. If
इतनी बाबा ने ताकत
this
दी
is
है,
why Baba gave us such strength really
जो
inside,
past-
that the past,
कोई भी बात हमारे से गलती हो जाए,
whatever mistakes
बाबा ने
happened,
माफ कर दिया।
Baba has forgiven me, and that's it.
ऐसे मूली में आया था ना।
And so it came in the Muli in this way also.
सिर्फ हम सच्चा बताते हैं।
All we need to do is
Baba,
remain
ये
honest
मेरे से हुआ।
that Baba, this is what I did. This is the mistake I made.
ये अनुभव है हमारा।
And this experience that we have by sharing in this way,
पहली कमाई है
first
सारी,
it's the income
बच्चे मदद
that,
पाओ।
you know, the child who is courageous will receive the help
ये
from the
समझा।
father.
हिम्मत है बच्चे,
So the child which has courage, the
मदद दे
father will help. The father will help.
पाओ। जिसको ये अनुभव है,
If you have
तो
that experience, raise your hands. Raise them high.
कोई कोई नहीं उठाते हैं।
Some are not raising.
कोई
Daddy's
कोई
eyes
नहीं
are very sharp. She can see
फिर भी
everything.
उठाओ।
So again, raise your
हिम्मत
hands.
है बच्चे,
Raise your hands. That
Beautiful.
courage, Baba has
हिम्मत
that
है
courage.
बच्चे, मदद है बाप।
Because you've got courage, Baba is going to help
परंतु
you.
सच्ची दिल से,
But you need a really honest heart.
साथ में
In my
सच्ची दिल
efforts,
है।
there should be really an
कभी
honest
भी
heart.
सुस्ती नहीं आती है।
Never, there shouldn't, then there won't be any form of
मुझे
laziness.
कहीं कल क्यों नहीं आई?
Some say, well, why didn't you come yesterday?
सुस्ती में नहीं,
It's not because of laziness,
ड्रामा कह के
but
अपन को
according
साथ कर
to
दिया।
drama made it very short for me to
फिर
come.
शायद यहाँ लेकर के आए
And then those who came to bring me, it's like I came to just show my face. She goes, I came yesterday, didn't I? She's just acknowledging that I did come and see all of you yesterday.
ये
So this,
बाबा भी क्षमा करता है,
Baba does forgive us,
हम एक दो को भी करते हैं।
and we also forgive one another.
ऐसे नहीं है
It shouldn't be
ये तो
that
करते ही है
that they're always doing that. No, no. Never think that
संभल
way.
के बोल
But take care when you speak. Don't always say those words.
जो योग में पहले ये अच्छा है बहुत
So this having
यहाँ बैठ के
yoga,
पहले योग करो
first have yoga here. This is what
मैंने
you did
कोशिश की
today,
मैं
and I
पूरी टाइम
tried
पर आऊं
to come on time. I always try to come on
10
time
मिनट
by
लेट
7
आई
o'clock, but I came
8
10 minutes
मिनट
late.
लेट आई
I came 8 minutes late.
फिर नहीं
See how accurate she
ये
is?
निम्मा शाम का जो योग
And so
है
the yoga in the evening,
ये मैंने देखा
I've seen that
मधुबन में जो
in
सिस्टम बनती
Madhuban,
है
the system that
सारे
is
विश्व
here,
में
that's created here, takes
मैं
place throughout the
समझती
whole
सारे
world.
विश्व में
In the whole world,
शाम
I
को 7
believe
बजे का योग
that the 7 o'clock yoga in the evening takes
कान में
place.
गिरता है हाथ उठाओ
Can you raise your hands if it doesn't take place where you are? 7 o'clock yoga? Okay, it is taking place. That's good.
जरूरी है
It's very important that the yoga takes place at 7 o'clock in the evening, wherever you are, in your home or in your
संगठन में
centers.
बैठ के
But when you're together in a gathering,
गीत भी यही है
and even the
निम्मा
songs
शाम को
that it's the
साढ़े 7 बजे जो गीत
evening,
बजता है
the traffic control song that is played.
ये मैंने आपको बताया था
I've shared with you also is also
जब
very
पहले मैं
good.
लंदन में गई
When I came to London for the
तो
first
मैंने
time,
दादी दीदी को लिखा
I wrote to Dadi and
यहाँ का
Didi
4 बजा
that
वहाँ का 4 बजा
your 4
बराबर का
o'clock
टाइम का
and my 4 o'clock, they are
अमृत वेले का
different.
योग कैसे करें
So how can I have Amrit Vela yoga when you have your Amrit Vela
तो
yoga?
बाबा
It's
का जवाब
different.
लेकर के
But then
लिखा
Baba then wrote, through Baba
जहाँ
they
भी
wrote,
अमृत वेला है
wherever there is Amrit Vela
उसी का
worldwide,
याद करना
then you remember
ऐसे
Baba
नहीं
at
यहाँ
Amrit
काम
Vela.
हुआ
It's not like I'm
वहाँ
missing
सोए
the
नींद में
Madhuban Amrit Vela and I'm sleeping
ऐसे होता है
according
ना
to my time. So no, not to think
पानी
in
को
that way.
बोलते हैं
It's like we're sleeping whilst the
हमको
Amrit
घड़ी
Vela is
देखनी
here.
पड़ती है
Sometimes I look
इनका
at the
टाइम क्या
clock
होगा
that what time is it here
मैं
in
फोन
Madhuban,
करूँ
and that I then try to then phone Madhuban at that same time. So wherever you are,
तो
Madhuban,
बाबा ने
Amrit Vela is that time.
हर बात का
So every single thing Baba
हमको ऐसा हल्का बना
Baba has
दिया
made us very light.
पहले मैंने देखा है
And first I
जब
seen
अज्ञान है
that
थोड़ा भी अज्ञान
when
है
any form of ignorance
सिर
is
में
there,
दर्द बहुत पड़ता है
then we have a headache. Things become very heavy when we're not
ज्ञान में
sure.
आने से
But when we come to Gyan, when we take
मैं समझती
knowledge,
हूँ
then
बहुतों का सिर
then
दर्द
for
चला
many
गया
people's headaches have gone.
ताली बजाओ
Clap. Do you agree? Since you've come to Gyan, your
सिर दर्द
headaches.
करता है ना
Many people have shared that with
अज्ञान काल
Dadi,
में
that before
मैंने
knowledge,
किसने कुछ रॉन्ग किया
if somebody
मैंने
did
कुछ
wrong,
किया
then I
फलाना
did
ये
this
हुआ
wrong and this
फिर वो
happened.
रिपीट
And
किया
by
फिर
repeating
सिर में
all these
दर्द
different
शुरू
things,
हो गया
headache starts.
ये अभी तक लिखा पड़ा है
Even outside it is written
80 साल की
100 years
शिव जयंती
Shiv Janti. Sorry, 80 years. I'm sorry. 80
Oh,
years
yeah.
Shiv Janti.
फिर हम कहेंगे कितनी भाग्यशाली
And
है
then we should really say how
जो 80
fortunate
साल
you
शिव
are,
जयंती
fortunate
मनाई
that 80 years, Daddy says, I've celebrated 80 years of Shiv Janti. So clap loudly.
जब से शिव बाबा
80
आया
years,
ब्रह्मा
the
बाबा ने
moment Shiv Baba came in Brahma
आज
Baba,
मैंने
and
जो
today,
पूर्वजों का फोटो
when I
है ना
look at the picture of the ancestors,
जिसको ध्यानी दादी का फोटो दिखाया
they showed me a picture of Dhyani Dadi,
ध्यानी
one of the
दादी
Dadis, Dhyani Dadi.
मम्मा की मासी थी
She was Mama's auntie.
उसके जल्दी पति ने शरीर छोड़
her
दिया था।
husband had passed away quite
तो
soon,
मम्मा को अपनी
and
बेटी
then
बनाया था, गोद
Mama
दी।
made her her child and brought her into her lap.
और बाबा के पास
And
पहले समर्पण ध्यानी
the
दादी
first person who surrendered was Dhyani Dadi.
हमारे साथ बहुत प्यार था,
She had a lot of love for me.
बड़ी मीठी थी।
She was very sweet.
शुरू में
And
पहले
in the
यज्ञ का
beginning,
भोजन
the first bhojan,
वो
Brahma
बनाती
bhojan,
थी।
she used to make in the yagya, Dhyani Dadi,
बाबा को खिलाती।
and she would feed Baba.
पहले बारी जब मैं
The first
शिव
time
बाबा ब्रह्मा बाबा में
when Shiv
आया,
Baba came into Brahma
तो फिर
Baba,
बाबा जल्दी कश्मीर में चला
and
गया
then
था।
Baba went to Kashmir straight away.
यहाँ
And
जैसे बाबा ओम की धुनी
the
करते
moment
सबको
Baba did the
silence
Om
भेज देता,
Dhuni, everyone
Baba
went
की
into
Om
silence.
कहना,
Just the moment when Baba said Om,
ऐसी
the
silence
silence that was there,
तो कई माताओं बहनों को
some matas, some
रात का 10
mothers,
बजा भी हो
and
जाएगा,
even if it's 10 o'clock at
शांति
night, they would just sit in that
अच्छी
silence.
शांति है।
It was a very lovely feeling of silence.
अभी भी मेरे पास
And
जब भी
even
कोई
now,
मिलने आते हैं,
whenever somebody
कम
comes
से
to
कम
meet
5
me,
मिनट
even 5 minutes,
शांत,
just that peaceful feeling, silence,
ऐसे शांति के
that peace
संस्कार बन गए हैं।
has become a
मन
sanskar.
बुद्धि संस्कार,
The mind, intellect, and
ये आत्मा
sanskar,
है।
which is within the soul,
मन
the mind
शांत
is
हुआ,
very peaceful
बुद्धि
now. The intellect,
बस
that's it, just
अचल अडोल,
unshakable and immovable, completely concentrated. The intellect, unshakable, immovable, and concentrated.
कोई भी बात में चिल्लामानी भी नहीं है,
Nothing will then deceive me
चाहिए,
that I need this
ये नहीं
and I
चाहिए,
don't need that.
कितनी अच्छी पढ़ाई प्रैक्टिकल
This
में,
is why our study is very,
पढ़ाई
very practical. The
प्रैक्टिकल
study,
में कमाई कर रही
the
है।
study which is practical, we are accumulating the income through this
सच्चों में
practical
कमाई नहीं
study.
की करेंगे,
In the golden age, we're not going to accumulate an
अभी
income
पढ़ाई
there.
में ही
It is
कमाई है।
only within this study that there is that income.
मैं आत्मा हूँ,
I,
मेरा
the
पिता
soul,
परमात्मा है,
my Father is the
अब क्या
supreme.
करने का है?
Then what do I need to do?
कर्म ऐसे करना है
Do such actions
जो शांति कर्म योग,
that I
कर्म
feel
भी
the
अच्छा
peace,
चलता रहे,
that
योग भी
the
चले।
karma and the yoga are both peaceful.
निर्मला दीदी मैं समझती हूँ,
Nirmala Didi,
रोज
I
भंडारे में
understand
जाती होंगी।
that you must go every day to the bandara, to the
जाती है
kitchen.
रोज भंडारे?
Do you go every day? She says, no, I don't go to
रोज
the
भंडारे
kitchen.
में।
She goes, you should
अब
go
जब
every day.
पहले
In the beginning,
सेवा पर थी,
I used to be on service.
अभी भी GRC में
And even in GRC, wherever I'm there, I used to go to the bandari, which is the kitchen,
जो भंडारे में खाना बनाने
because those who are cooking the
वाले
food,
शांति से प्यार से खाना बनाते
they
हैं।
make it with a lot of peace and a
खिलाने
lot
वाले
of
कितने
love.
प्यार से
And so
खिलाते हैं।
those who are feeding people do it with a lot of peace and love. But those who are washing up, they're also doing it with peace and love. I've seen that our brothers,
बहन
our brothers and sisters washing up.
एक खा रहे हैं,
One is the ones who
बर्तन
eat
ऊपर से आ रहे हैं,
the dirty dishes. They go down and somebody else is washing.
यानी ये मुझे अच्छा लगता
And so
है,
I like
आपको
I
भी अच्छा
like
लगता
that.
होगा।
You must like it also that
अच्छे कर्म करने
when we
से
do good actions,
सुस्ती नहीं होती,
then we don't feel lazy.
सुस्ती की भी एक बीमारी होती,
So laziness is also a form of an illness.
समझते हैं ना सुस्ती,
Sometimes we say,
avoid करेंगे,
like laziness means we avoid things.
इसलिए
So this is why Raj Yoga,
यानी संस्कार राजाई के बन
the
गए,
sanskar is that of a raja, of a king.
और कर्म,
And our actions,
सेवा,
our service,
बड़े दिल से, जो
our
भी सेवा है,
actions and service, whatever service really we do,
दिल से करते हैं.
we do it with our heart.
मैं आज इशारे में कह देती हूँ,
Today I'm saying as a signal to everyone
मेरा शरीर ऐसा है
that
थोड़ा,
my body, my physical body is a little bit tender, a little bit that, they say to me, just sleep, just rest.
परंतु
But
फिर उसमें भी मैं देखती हूँ,
then I seen that
सुस्ती तो नहीं है,
it's not because of laziness that I'm doing that. I check myself.
सुस्ती की बीमारी को
Those who have the illness of laziness, it's like we need to finish that straight away,
अच्छा
finish
गीत
it.
है,
The
जहाँ
song,
मेरा तन होगा, वहाँ
wherever
मेरा
is
मन
my body, that is where
इसलिए
my
बाबा ने
mind.
कहते हैं,
And this is why Baba
पहले
said
मेरे
that
मन लगा दो,
first connect with my mind, your mind to
तन
me.
यहाँ बैठा है, पर मन
The
बाबा
body
में
is
है.
here, but your mind is with Baba.
ये कितनी अच्छी
And so this is a very, very good,
सहज योग है,
easy yoga.
सहज है ना,
It's easy, isn't it? Is it easy?
तन यहाँ है,
The body is here,
मन बाबा में है,
but your mind is with Baba.
यहाँ से उठ के खाना खाएंगे,
You get up and you go
और ये
to
जो यहाँ से
eat,
बैठे थे ना,
but the remembrance, when we sit in remembrance, it's very beautiful.
पहले पहले
So first,
हम खाना जब
when
सब खाते थे ना,
everyone used to
चक्कर
eat,
लगाने जाते
I
थे,
used to go around to see everyone,
खाने पर कोई बात तो नहीं,
and Dadi used to observe, is anybody talking whilst eating? Dadi used to take her around, and even Sakha Baba
खाने पर कभी बात नहीं,
would never speak when he would eat.
इशारा देता था.
And so he used to give that
कईयों को
signal.
बातें करने का
Some
टाइम खाने पर ही.
some people would talk whilst they're
कोई
eating. That
ऐसे
sometimes that's the only time they get to talk.
कहेंगे, और
They
time
say
नहीं
they
मिलता
say
है.
that I don't have any other time. Only when I'm eating, I can chat.
तो खाने पर बैठ के बात
And
करना
so to sit and
ये ब्राह्मण
eat
जीवन का
is
नहीं है.
it's not a Brahmin life.
बाबा का पत्र लिखने का भी टाइम था.
We used to have time to write to Baba, write a letter to Baba,
10 बजे का.
even at 10 o'clock.
सुबह को मूली चलाता,
Baba would relate the murli in the morning,
फिर कमरे में रहता,
and then he would go to his
फिर
room,
9:30
and then at 9:30, quarter to
ऑफिस
10,
में आता.
would come to the office in Bandabhavan.
आजकल मैं जाती हूँ ना पांडव
When I go to Bandabhavan now,
ऑफिस का दरवाजा
I say, open the office where Baba used to sit. I used to like that office a lot because Ishu Dadi would sit there and then Baba would sit that. And when I used to go there, Baba used to get me to sit next to him whilst he was doing the post. And so any letters which came from abroad to give to Dadi Janki. And so there was no feeling about abroad, but Baba always wanted to give me the letter Those 2-3 people who were abroad during the time of Sakha Baba.
उनका पत्र बाबा नहीं पढ़ता था.
Baba didn't read because the writing that Baba couldn't understand, especially Janki Ben's mother. Baba didn't understand the writing of Rajni Ben, but he would definitely write to Rajni Ben. So I would read it, but then the reply Baba would give, he would definitely give a reply. And there were 2-3 which had left Baba who had, and so Baba kept me in Bombay. Those who had gone, Baba would say they'd made a mistake because of something or another. They had left Baba, and so this is why Baba says many times, those who listen, those who relate. Then no longer, and then you become surprised, and then they leave. But in Bombay, Baba, those in Bombay left quite a lot. In Delhi, I don't think anybody left. It was those who were in Bombay that used to leave. Didn't know that. So Baba used to say to Dadi, that's why Dadi was put there, you do their service. Those who got married, Baba would sort of say, give signals to them and keep in touch with them. Baba would remember those souls who had left. Those who had left, those who are sensitive, they're the ones who have the thought to leave. One thing or another, they are sensitive about. It's like something has got into their thought, their thinking. Those who are sensitive, and then somebody else who's sensitive, they become friends. Even now, I'm not saying the name. There was one person who was about to leave, and she got somebody else. She got somebody else ready, and then they both left. I'm remembering that person now. But here, they say that we can't stay here now. They went out, and the mother and father were shocked that you stayed in the yajna so long and now you've come back to us. The Lokik mother and father would say that. And so they didn't like it. The mother and father weren't happy. Shall I share about me and my story? Baba also, because of service, sent me to Bombay. There was no center in Bombay. My Lokik mother was living there in Bombay. In her heart was very small, and she called all my other brothers and sisters to her, but I didn't go. I didn't leave and go, but my other sisters, they left. She would feed them, and then in that same building, it was a big tall building. There was a temple there, and then the person at the temple said that they are making your building taller than our building, and that this will be a building of shaitan, which means like devil, or like it was like bad omen sort of building. So nobody wanted to buy that place. But my mother, she was very strong. And so when my Lokik father, he left his body in the yajna. He was very serviceable, my father. He was a jeweler. He had a bit of illness, and then he left his body. My mother didn't cry. She said, okay, he's gone, that's fine. And so how are you going to live with the children? He's gone, he's departed.
तो मैं जब
And
बाबा ने
so
भेजा
when Baba sent me to Bombay,
तो उसका ही घर था
it was that building
वाली में।
in Worli.
मैं अचानक गई
And so I went there to that building by walking
स्टेशन से,
from the station.
देख करके जब खाया
And I was very shocked to
मैंने
see
कहा मैं तुम्हारे हाथ का नहीं खाएंगी।
that my mother invited me to her house and she said, Dadi said to her mother, I won't eat from your hands, I will cook myself.
बर्तन भी धोते थे, स्नान भी
It was a
करते थे।
very small building, cook in the same room, eat in the same room, bathe in the same room.
परंतु
But
सागर पर जा करके
then when I used to go to the
बाबा ने
ocean,
झाड़ बन रहा
Baba had a tree, the picture of the tree.
झाड़,
So the
पहले
picture of the
पहले
tree,
बाबा ने झाड़ बनाया।
first Baba had
चक्कर भी बनाया, पर संगम
inspired
का
for the
रूप
picture
में
of the tree, and then the cycle.
में
In the tree,
कैसे हमें
the picture of the
स्थापना कर
tree,
रहे हैं,
how the establishment is taken place, and then the golden age in the trunk, and then the silver age, then the branches, and then the leaves. So that's the first picture.
रात जा करके रंग लगाते
And so we used to go and help paint the tree as well. It was made by hand, the picture of the tree, and I took that picture with me.
समुद्र के किनारे पर
I took it to the ocean and I would sit by the ocean with the picture, and then one another old person would come and then they would sit, and that's where the satsang, the spiritual gathering started. Then invitations, then I used to go to the temples, and then I would just sit there with the tree. They would go to the temples, the Lokik people, they would go for a darshan, a vision, then they would come out and then sit with me. And this is why Baba would say in the Murli that points, that's why according to the drama, Baba would say, Baba had sustained us in such a way that to be obedient, faithful and honest, all these different things, which child is called that? Who is obedient, faithful, honest, that do such tasks that Baba will relate your name with that love. And so Baba would write in this way, who is the one which is faithful, honest and obedient. I can't remember how long I stayed with my Lokik mother in that building. It was just one bed. She would sleep there, and then the children would be sleeping on the floor. But then when I came, she gave me the bed to sit, and she would then sleep on the floor. This was the first time when Dadi went to Bombay, staying in that building. But service, whatever Baba would say, and I then met one brother and sister at the ocean when I was there. One sister, she took Gyan, and then she got a place for Baba and opened a center. So on the ocean, that's when Dadi gave Gyan, a center was opened. The main very beautiful thing is, whatever direction Baba had given in the Murli, it's like Srimad is on our head. Nothing else goes into the head, only Srimad. The Murli is Srimad. Even with Vishwaratan, Dada Vishwaratan, Baba used to have a lot of regard, and whatever inspirations Baba had, then Dada Vishwaratan would practically put it into action. And so he would do the task and make others a companion also to get the task done. And then whatever direction given to create pictures, he would make it happen. And then when Jagdish Bhai came, when he took birth, shall I share a little bit more? There was somebody, there was this person who was sat at a table, and he would do his satsang, spiritual gathering, and many people would come to him. And about 15-20 people would come, and then I would come and also go and sit there. And at that time, Jagdish Bhai was sat there in that gathering. And so Jagdish Bhai, seeing me when I left this place, Jagdish Bhai followed me out of this room. And so that little boy, and I used to say, why is this young boy following me out? And then I said to Jagdish Bhai that he said, I need time with you, that whatever you shared in that little gathering, I liked it a lot. And so I said, okay, I'll give you 5 o'clock in the morning. I thought he's not going to come at 5 o'clock in the morning. He said, so Daddy said he said 5 to 6 I'll come and I'll leave at 6. He lived in Sonipot. He would sleep in the middle of the road, and then in the morning his job was such of teaching, and so he'd had to leave early. So I said, okay. And then 5 o'clock he came. First morning he came from 5 to 6. And so I gave that time. He heard Gyan with so much depth, and from me he used to take this Gyan from me, and then I felt he was the one. I felt he wouldn't understand. And then Kunj Dadi, she was a young girl at that time. And so she was very good. She was Kumaris Dadi's sister's daughter. And so I had a lot of love for her, Kumaris Dadi's sister, daughter. And so I said to this Kunj, you share to Jagdish Bhai. And then I shared with Baba that this child, Jagdish, has taken Gyan. So Baba said, bring him. So I took Jagdish Bhai to Baba. Baba was very happy with me, very, very happy with me that I took Jagdish Bhai. So I took him to Bandabhavan, where we do the flag hoisting. My room was there, but there was also room created for Jagdish Bhai, and so child should sit there, and then whatever churning would take place from him, he would want to see how Jagdish Bhai is doing the churning. When he came to Gyan, Jagdish Bhai was so amazing. And he was the one, he was the first one to leave his job, and then stayed in the yagya. In Kamla Nagar, in Delhi, Shakti Nagar was later. It was a very small place. And then Baba said, you stay there in the center. So Jagdish Bhai stayed there. I would cook the food. Like in a very small balcony, there was a little plate, and I would feed Jagdish Bhai. So I would feed him first, this little table, and then I would eat after him, after he's finished. It's how Baba sustained was amazing. The sustenance that Jagdish Bhai received was directly from Baba. Whatever Jagdish Bhai would say, Baba would listen and accept. Dr.
आप कैसे
Nilmara,
पैदा हुई?
have you shared how you
तो मैं
came?
बताती हूँ।
You have shared in class, have you? She
मैं-
said, yes, I have. I have shared.
इसका पैदा होना वंडरफुल है।
And so
बाबा की डायरेक्ट
how Didi took birth was wonderful, again through Baba's directions.
मुझे अच्छा लगता था
I used to like it a lot.
जो बाबा की दृष्टि से
Through Baba's
बदल गए।
drishti, souls
उनको कोई
change.
बंधन नहीं रोकता।
It's like no bondage would be
माँ,
there,
बाप,
whether it's mother, father, child, whoever,
किसी से
brother,
बंधन
sister.
था।
So many bondages, but it's through Baba's drishti that change took place.
अच्छा 8:15 हो गए।
Okay, it's 8:15. Is that okay?
अभी याद में बैठे हैं।
And now let's sit in remembrance.
सुनो सुनो एक मिनट।
1
लाइट
minute.
करो।
Turn the lights on.
अचानक
I had a thought
कौन
just right
पैदा
now.
हुई है?
Who's taken
जिसको बाबा
who's taken birth in such a way
डायरेक्ट बाबा के
they feel directly
नजरों में आ जाए।
that,
दृष्टि
come in
में आ जाए,
Baba's
वो
vision.
कौन है?
So who are these souls which instantly feel that who took drishti and who through Baba's vision? So it was Didi Nirmala, Sudesh Didi, Santosh Didi. They took birth through Baba.
3-4 है शायद।
There's about 3-4 only.
हाँ।
Daddy just wanted to see who these souls were.
बाबा दिल्ली में भी आया।
Baba came to Delhi.
दिल्ली में मुरली चलाता था।
He would share the murli, relate the
जहाँ से
murli,
ब्रिजमोहन का बाप
where Brij Mohan Bai's father, Anandji, he took birth. Very, very good
आनंद
brother.
जी लगता ही नहीं था
You
इसको ये
couldn't tell
बेटे का बाप है।
that he had a child, meaning Brij Mohan Bai,
जो उसको चाची कहते थे
and used to call him
ब्रिजमोहन के माँ को।
Brij Mohan Bai's mother was called Chachi. Used to call her Chachi.
वो डायरेक्ट बाबा से पैदा हुआ।
Again, took direct birth from Brahma Baba.
बड़ा समझदार
Very, very sensible.
उसका निमित्त
And
बाबा
again,
ने टीचर बनाया मेरे को।
Baba again made me an instrument, a teacher, to bring them into Gyan. I said to Baba, shall I stay in Delhi? Baba said yes. Baba said, don't stay, no. They wanted me to stay in Delhi, but Baba said no.
बाबा ने बॉम्बे बुलाया।
Baba then said, go to Bombay.
बॉम्बे से पूना में भेज दिया।
And from Bombay, went to Pune. And then from Pune, said, go to Bangalore.
बाबा ने बेंगलुरु में सेंटर नहीं
And
था।
in Bangalore, there was no
Rosie का
center.
बाप था।
It was Rosie
घर
Ben's father. I
को
used to
लेके
stay there. I actually took
10
Mama
साल
there.
बाहर सत्संग करते थे।
We used to go outside and just share gyan outside places. And now look at the places in Bangalore. Where has it gone to? How far it's moved ahead.
आजकल
These
ये जो गीत
days,
बजाते हैं ना,
these songs that they
बड़े
play,
अच्छे लगते हैं।
I like the songs. The songs that they
कभी
play.
कोई सब गीत सुन लो।
Some songs, when
बड़े
I
अच्छे
hear,
गीत हैं।
they're very beautiful.
दिल कहता है वो
My
गीत
heart says
का भी बैठ के सुनते
that whilst listening to these
लगता है
songs,
हमारे दिल को लग रहा
it's
है
like
वो।
it's touching the heart. When we hear the songs, they
अभी
touch
ऐसा
the
कोई
heart.
गीत बजा,
So play such a song
हम याद में ऐसे बैठेंगे।
and let's sit in such remembrance. Then that's
थोड़ी
it.
खिलाई ना अपने कल
You gave Toli, yes,
कोई
to
ऐसा
those who had
नहीं।
to leave, I think was given. Daddy won't give Toli today.
ये ठीक है। बहने नहीं उठो।
She said no one should get up, just sit for 2 minutes. Om Shanti.
अपने घर से सुख जाए